found out why my dog always hides when my boyfriend comes over, and I'm disgusted. My beagle Rosie is the friendliest dog you'll ever meet. She literally tries to follow delivery drivers back to their trucks and has never met a stranger she didn't love. She greets everyone with her tail wagging so hard her entire body wiggles. But the second my boyfriend Alex walks through my front door, she disappears upstairs and won't come down until hours after he leaves. We've been dating for 4 months now, and Alex always seems genuinely confused about Rosie's behavior. Maybe she's just jealous, he'd joke, then try calling her over sweetly. Come here, Rosie girl. But she'd never budge from wherever she was hiding upstairs. Last Thursday afternoon, I got an urgent call from work about a client emergency. Alex was stretched out on my couch watching basketball when I had to rush out. Rosie had already vanished upstairs the moment he arrived, which had become her predictable routine. I told Alex I'd probably be gone for a couple hours dealing with the crisis. He just nodded and waved me off, completely absorbed in the game. No worries, babe. Rosie and I will be fine here. But I managed to resolve the work issue much faster than expected. I realized I'd forgotten some important files on my kitchen counter, so I decided to swing back home quickly to grab them. When I walked through my front door, the house felt strangely quiet. Too quiet. Usually, even when Rosie is hiding, I can hear her little paws moving around upstairs or her collar jingling softly. I called her name loudly. Rosie, come here, girl! Usually she'd come barreling down the stairs with her ears flopping, excited that I was home, but this time, nothing. Complete silence. That's when I heard a very faint whimpering sound coming from near the staircase. I rushed over and found Rosie lying at the very bottom of the stairs, clearly in pain and favoring her front right paw. She was trembling all over, which was completely unlike her normally confident personality. Alex was still planted on the couch in the exact same position, remote in hand, acting like absolutely nothing had happened. Oh hey babe, you're back early, he said without even bothering to mute the television. Yeah, so Rosie took a little tumble down the stairs while you were gone. Clumsy little thing, right? But that didn't make sense to me at all. Rosie has lived in this house for 3 years. She knows every single one of those 12 wooden steps perfectly and has never once fallen down them, not even as a puppy. I knelt down next to her and she was shaking like a leaf, which was completely out of character. Rosie is usually fearless. She'll bark at thunder and chase squirrels twice her size without hesitation. Alex, how exactly did this happen? I asked, trying to keep my voice calm while examining Rosie's paw more closely. Walk me through what you saw. His explanation kept changing every time I asked for more details. First he said she just slipped on the hardwood at the top. Then he claimed she was running down too fast and lost her balance. Then suddenly it was that something had spooked her. The inconsistencies were making me increasingly suspicious. I carefully picked up Rosie, and she whimpered softly but didn't try to get away from me, which told me she was really hurt. I drove straight to the emergency veterinary clinic downtown. The vet, Dr. Martinez, did a thorough examination of Rosie's injuries while I waited anxiously in the exam room. After 20 minutes, Dr. Martinez came back with a very serious expression. She closed the door behind her and sat down across from me. I need to ask you some difficult questions, she said gently. Based on my examination, Rosie's injuries are not consistent with a simple fall downstairs. The bruising pattern and the way her paw is injured suggests she was kicked with significant force. My heart completely sank. I felt sick to my stomach as the pieces started falling into place. All those months of Rosie hiding, her obvious fear whenever Alex came over, the way she'd tremble when he tried to call her. I drove home with Rosie resting in the passenger seat, my mind racing with anger and disbelief. Alex was still on my couch like nothing had happened, scrolling through his phone. We need to talk, I said, setting Rosie gently on her favorite blanket. The vet says her injuries look like she was kicked, not from falling. Alex's face went completely white, and for the first time all day, he actually looked uncomfortable. He started stammering and trying to backtrack. Finally, he cracked under the pressure. Look, okay, she kept following me around upstairs, whining and begging for attention while you were gone. I yelled at him, asking how he could possibly do this while he shrugged and said how she's a dog. I finally realized why Rosie didn't like him. That night, I broke up with him and kicked him out of my apartment.